Yo, what's up? Back into the Smite meta update. New season, new things. Soul Lane doesn't feel like a completely oppressed role now, so. But, we'll talk about them later. Hunter role. We do have some slight changes. Hachimon is still probably the best hunter in the game. His one does ridiculous damage. He absolutely shreds through tanks. He's crazy. You should be playing this pick if you're an ADC. Next up, I'd probably put Rama or Marty. Rama, because Rama does the build very, very well. He's also got a lot of safety with his ultimate. Marty, because he has a lot of safety with his ultimate, and he does a different build than everybody else, but he still does a fuck ton of damage, so. Although I do think he's better in mid lane. Sardanos is still really good. There's really no debating that. Sardanos is really good. Ishtar's kind of fallen out of favor, but I still think she's pretty good. Pretty strong. X-Ball and Izanami are also still pretty good. Moving over to supports. I'm not going to this tab. I'm going to this bitch. I think my size isn't enough. I ban this character every single ranked game I play. She is that annoying. The character herself has a ton of lockdown. She doesn't even have to combo you. She could just root you, and then you're probably dead if you don't have beads. Depending on your role, I guess, but solo laners and supports aren't immune to this either. Also, Night Terror is one of the most broken abilities in the game. Kind of ridiculous. 30% damage reduction on people you hit in an AoE. They do 30% less damage because you hit a dodgeball. Character's nuts. You should be playing her if you're a support. You should be abusing her if you're a support player. I will say Hell and Aphrodite support are still viable, but I do think they're less effective than Nox. You can play both, but I wouldn't say it's the most, like, fast grind characters like this video implies. I say it every single video. Ares, Yamoja. Yamoja's really fucking good. Ares is also pretty good if you're good with him. If you're good with these characters, you should play them, and you should just rock people with them. It's really not up for debate about that. Ares, when he falls behind, he feels kind of like shit. Yamoja can do anything, anywhere, anytime. She is broken. Other picks you could look at. Terra, Atlas, Kuzenbo is another good one. But Kuzenbo is less effective in ranked because of your awkward CC, but I still think he's very powerful. Other than that, though, you can go into Ganesha, Kabrakan, Bacchus, Athena. All of them are pretty solid. Yeah. And even with the Fafnir changes, it's still pretty awkward to play Fafnir. I think he's good, but he's, a little odd. If you have an auto-attack comp that he goes into well, definitely slam him. Try him out for yourself. I haven't seen much of him, though. I really haven't. And when I have seen him, he really hasn't been that effective. We'll see. Mid lane. You got fucking Grandma over here. Baba Yaga, even without Prophetic Cloak, is very, very safe. She has insane damage. And the only problem that she has is that her jump can get caught while she's charging it up. But Home Sweet Home is a very good deterrent for a lot of characters. And she also has really good burst. She has good early game clear. Start your 2. For the love of God, get your 2, put 1 in the pocket, get multi-pots, and grab another 2. Don't start your 1. You fuck your soul laner over by doing that. It's a public service announcement from the soul laners to the mid laners. Thank you. But, other picks, Marty, still pretty good in mid. If you are playing Marty mid, though, start on the duo side speed. Do not start on solo side speed. Tell your jungler, I want to start by myself on duo side speed. Because your clear is dog. Like, absolute dog water. If you thought the Baba Yaga 1 clear was bad, Marty is even worse. Start by yourself on the duo side speed, and then meet the jungler at red. It's better for the team. It's worse for you, but better for the team. And sometimes you do need team play for ranked. I know, it's a crazy concept. But, anyway. Continuing on with the mages. Agni, Janus, Merlin, Tiamat, Discordia. All really solid picks. Hebo, another really good one. Zhang Kui's seems pretty good. He's kind of in the middle, because if they pick Nemesis, you kind of hate your life. If they pick Ymir, you kind of hate your life, because he puts a wall up in front of you. But the character can get a lot done. With Blink Aegis, Blink Beats. Beats Aegis. The character can get a lot done. Definitely try him out. I've seen him do decently. I haven't seen him, like, run a game by himself, but he's pretty strong. Anyway, moving on to the jungle role. Tank junglers are back, baby, and Robin's at the forefront. I don't really know what to say. He's not full tank, but he gets pretty damn close. You can go Boombas or you can go Eye. Eye is really good because of Protector. You grab, first item, you usually grab either a Jotuns or you grab something in here. Probably Jotuns is usually your best bet. And then you're looking towards Phalanx, Glad Shield, or Berserker Shield. You can go any of these if you want with Robin. I like Glad Shield or Phalanx over Berserkers, but that's just me. You then look into Manicore Spikes. You can get a Pridwin later on if you want. You don't have to. But then you could build another damage item if you want in there. You can go a Serrated Edge. You can go a Heartseeker later on, though I wouldn't do it with this build in particular. Dawnbringer is another really good closing item for it. And then you go like Magi's, something like that. Finish off your build, and it's super powerful. Robin is a jungler that runs lobbies. People are first banning him because of how good he is. Another jungler that's still good, Serket. Tank junglers are back, which means Serket's even better than before. You go a similar build like you do on Robin. Maybe not the shields, but you look elsewhere. You get the Manicore Spikes, you can get Stone of Binding. You could do a lot with this character. Being able to have tank stats on her again feels good for her. Not for anybody else, though. It's still miserable to play against Serket, but she's solid, and you should definitely run her. Thor, another strong pick. A pick you can run 1 or 2 defense items on, or you could go full damage and be a Chad. Either one works. If you're gonna go defense, I would look into the Manicore Spikes, and you can either go Binding, or you can go Magi's, or you can go Glad Shield. Any of those works. Susanoo's one of the few characters that still play full damage. And by full damage, I mean full damage. My man's goes like Jotuns, Trans, Hydras, fucking Serrated Edge. Get Serrated Edge, I think 3rd or 4th item. The pen really, really helps. It does. You just explode people. Even tanks, you just absolutely fuck them. Character's cracked, and you should definitely be playing him. Other assassin picks, Naja's not bad. Bakasura's still really strong. Fenrir. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I almost forgot about this bitch. Fenrir has has 1.5 items in his second ability. This character does a ton of damage, even if you build him tank, hybrid, bruiser, whatever, you can build whatever the fuck you want on this guy. But he is strong, and you should definitely be playing him. He has his weaknesses, obviously, with his mobility, like cripples being really good into him, but Fenrir is super strong. You build him hybrid, he feels insane. Definitely start picking him up. Again, if you dropped him out of the pool. Okay. And warrior jungles, viable. Once again. Erlangshen and Gilgamesh, Surtur maybe, are kind of the only ones you really want to look at. Osiris is also pretty good. Actually, you know what? I deny that. I changed my mind. Erlangshen, Gilgamesh, Osiris, and Surtur are all pretty good. You build a hybrid build, and you do it. You know, Erlangshen being able to go into Zerkers or Phalanx is really good for him. It feels good for him. That's really it. Moving over to solo lane. Robin. Tank Robin's back, which means solo lane Robin's back. It's not the same degree as the Lono's Mask mitigation Robin, but he's still tanky. He still has a ton of shielding. Also, this item's really good on him. I personally am not the biggest fan of Archdruid's Fury, but on Robin, you should get it. This character just soaks and soaks damage. You might as well get it. You build a ton of health, you just beat the shit out of people. You might as well get it. Anyway, Thor has also been a kind of on-the-rise solo laner as well. If you're watching the Smite Masters lane, you should be. Thor solo's been picked pretty consistently. You go the Manicore Spikes, you go Breastplate, or you don't have to go Breastplate, you go Glad Shield. You just do a ton of damage while still being pretty tanky. He's solid. Warrior solos. I was gonna say we have Vamana. That's a joke. Vamana is ass now. Don't play him. But on a more serious note, the characters here, there's a pretty good viability for a good amount of them. Tyr has definitely been at the forefront. Tyr's healing, his damage, his movement, and how he plays the game is very, very good right now. He does a very good job at stalling backliners, staying alive. His movement's very good. His CC is incredibly strong. You should definitely be picking up if you haven't already. Guan Yu's still pretty decent. He's kind of what's left of the last solo lane meta, which is why I've been avoiding him, but he's still pretty decent. I mean, being able to give your teammates CDs, like, reductions on their CDs is really strong. Prot Shred, really strong. Another pick, Wukong, is another pretty good pick that's kind of been on the rise recently. He's got high damage, and he fits with the builds well. He stalls for a while, and he's actually like a damage dealer that can deal with carries. So it feels pretty good. They gave this guy 35%, and I don't know why. This character's a bit ridiculous. Giving a character a 35% execute is a little fucked. Achilles is really strong. His late, he doesn't really lose too many lanes too hard. Feels good. Feels very good. Other picks you can go are, like, Cucullin doesn't feel bad. KA doesn't feel bad. Odin's still decent if it works into the right comp. That's really it, though. If you aren't already subbed, please do. I'd greatly appreciate it. If this information helped you, please leave a like. All the YouTube crap. You're in the Discord also. Peace.